Hello, rally car fans. I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually watched rally racing in ages because I'm too cheap to pay for television and I have diecast models to buy. But it's nice to see that MiniGT will make these things of modern vehicles. The 2024 Monte Carlo winner, this i20 Rally hybrid. So this thing is only a 1.6 liter inline 4, but it still happens to make 386 PS. And then it still has a 100 kilowatt electric motor as well, so this thing must be really fast. And it only weighs 1180 kilograms. So this thing is pretty successful. 49 races, this thing has won 13 of them, and it's got 57 podiums. And it allowed this person, Terry Neuville, to become the 2024 World's Driving Champion for the WRC. Alright, well, we have your number 871. It's licensed there as well. TSM model. What is this thing, though? I don't know what that N is for. I guess that's the Hyundai logo, maybe? Or, well, I don't know. Anyhow, someone at Hyundai supposedly signed off on this. So let's see if it's good. Probably is. Nice small box. Little blister. Does the job of getting me the thing safely. And it's not so much waste of packaging. Alright, so this car comes in many liveries, but I managed to find, I think, where the images of this real car with this number and this livery. It's got crazy fender flares. It almost looks like a Pikes Peak hill climb car with these giant wing / front ends of the fender flares. Look how gappy it is. In fact, I think the real car might be gappier than what MiniGT made here. I don't know which rear end is the more. I think it's probably this one. Yeah, it's a different car, the number 4, or maybe it's a different race. Alright. So many GTs do roll. They roll like Hot Wheels, actually. So if you like to fidget around, this might be for you. And let's see, starting with that wheel here. It's good enough. You know, you can't have super thin spokes without them breaking, so it's painted pretty nice. The tire, a little slab-sided. Like, it comes in, but then it's totally flat. I think they're doing it so they can get the printing to be correct. It's an interesting design choice, but the tires, I think, don't look as realistic as they should because of it. And then as you saw, the gappiness is supposed to be that way. It's got jumps to do. And the MiniGT has these rubbery mirrors, which are great because if you drop the model, not an issue. And they even have recesses here, so you could add some silver paint if you want, but not sure if it's going to stick to rubber or rubbery stuff. There is a molded door handle there, but it's all covered up by the graphics. And you'll see the graphics don't have too much crazy waviness because this is paint. It's not a decal, it's not a sticker, right? There's just layers of paint here, so that's good. Good for longevity, and you don't have weird air pockets underneath where the door cuts are. Little NACA duct there, painted black. I assume all this sponsorship is real, and the names are printed on the windows here. The molding here is raised up, the door frames and all that painted black. This is a nice cool carbon texture on this little vent sticking out of this thing. Yeah, that's the way the car is. It's weird, but yeah, they must have just tacked on some sort of scoop to get some air into there. It just doesn't. You would think they'd make the scoop the shape of this, but they didn't. I'm sure they know what they're doing. Okay, well, nice carbon graphic, very cool. Let's go around to the front today. Yeah, these giant, it's not a canard, it's just a giant downforce plow almost. It's the Plow King. Alright, nice printing back there. They look like honeycomb LED headlights or something. There's also a silver strip as well, and the clear lens is pretty good. Yeah, that's a cool, interesting headlight. Nice fine texture in the grille. This N logo thing here. Alright, nice recess here. All this printing is pretty good. I'm not sure if this red is supposed to be fade like this. Actually, I don't think it is. It's supposed to be a straight cut, so that could have been painted a little bit better, but it's a minor thing, I think, when you look at all this color on this body, right? The Hyundai badge is very crisply done, very nice. There's no black paint in here. You could add it easily. It's a nice recess, so pretty tight panel gaps there. And then the black paint is up here where it's more needed, more visible. Again, all that text is very legible, very nice. This is all nice. You know what year it is, what rally it ran. Nice molded in wiper blades. They look pretty three-dimensional. Blackout printing. All this tampo printing up here looks good. Okay, this side here. Well, this is weird. Why is it? It looks like it was bolted down to a plinth, but it wasn't. So why is there a flat spot in that tire? Okay, there's some sort of concave thing going on here in the body. That's interesting. And then this is like a side skirt running into this air dam of a fender flare. Yeah, the styling of this vehicle is unique for sure. That weird, funky, tacked on thing. And oh, what's up with this? That's a little disturbing. Well, I guess you could glue it if it bothers you, but this crazy wing, you got the Hyundai bit there and a bunch of vertical strakes, Hyundai up here as well. Alright, clear taillights, some silver for the backups looks good. The recess here for the exhaust looks nice. And these are just open vents, I guess. I wonder if they could have made those deeper. It would have been even cooler if they're just totally open, like real vents. That would have been neat. And then they could have maybe had this plastic go up to block off the view inside. Or even that. Well, yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, a lot of printing is everywhere else on this vehicle. There's a little gap here. So, it's a double-decker, possibly a triple-decker. Okay. So all the printing up here looks pretty good. Some bumps. Maybe those are antenna bumps. I don't know. This thing here, I don't know what it is. And I think this might be an air vent or something to get some air into the people inside. Anyways, all this thing is loaded with color. All sorts of tampo printing all over this thing. And pleasantly, I know what this is, because I don't store my models in the boxes. They go into a display case. And so I can pull this out for future reviews, and I'll know what it is. So I'm glad to see it. If for some reason, though, you want to open it up and swap the wheels or paint the interior a little bit, you could. Speaking of which, let's get into the interior. It is black, so we probably need the flashlight. You can see a roll cage. No rear view mirror. The roll cage actually does have a horizontal bar, and it is going into the back area, going down there. This is definitely a racing interior they molded, not a road car for sure, because it's just a flat dashboard, it looks like, with a really long steering column going on. It's horizontal. I don't know. I assume it's probably like that, the real thing. Very minor details on the dash. And then you look at this, these racing seats with the crazy bolsters for the helmet, and also the shoulders or the abdomen. Oh boy. It's hard to hold and focus and overpower the glare of the LED above us. Oh, there's even holes in the seats there. Oh, look at that. Yep, the really tall shifter. And I assume the other one might be the e-brake. So they can just whip around turns. Very neat. And then a bunch of, I don't know, buttons or a box on the floor, it looks like. Something there, don't know. Yeah, some stuff in front of this navigator seat here. Maybe a battery or telemetry box. Yeah, very cool, very cool. It's definitely a mold specifically for racing. Can't really see much in the back because all the text is in the way, but you can see a little bit of the body coming through. And then you can't, this is, This wing is crazy. You can't see. All right, whatever. Can't see. This stump thing in the back, I assume, more of the roll cage. So all the other cars I'm going to show are by an extinct Japanese brand called CMs, and they made rally cars pretty much. So here we have a 2006 Ford Focus. Apparently that won the manufacturer's championship back then. Here we have a Suzuki SX4 from 2008. Here we have a 2005 Peugeot 307. Good old Toyota Corolla from 1988. And the Subaru Impreza from 2006. So CMs is cool. They have all these. They have the antennae you could add. I broke mine, so I have a bunch of. I had to add some more antennae to some of them. They have roll cages, as you can see in that Suzuki. A whole lot of printing, just like MiniGT. The plastic headlights and taillights, but the mirrors are rigid, so that's a problem. But you can see all plastic lights in that crazy night light assembly. They're great models. It's just a real shame that they vanished. Maybe they weren't profitable because they're putting so much work into their models. So I'm really glad that MiniGT is coming out with modern rally cars, because it looks like 2008 is where CM's left off. So there's a big gap of rally cars that don't exist in 164. So I hope they, put out every Monte Carlo winner, but going back in time. So if this is, for this year, 2024, just go back to whoever won 2023, then 22, and back, and then go back to do maybe the more popular ones, which they have done the Stratos and stuff like that. Alright, so I hope they just keep on going, because I like rally cars. Even though I don't have time to watch rallying, I used to watch it a lot, and it was really fun to watch. Thank you for making these MiniGT, and thank you everyone else for watching this thing. Hopefully we shall see another video when they put out another rally car casting. Bye now.